Hello, and welcome back to You Fitness. That's not my cat at all. So I wanted to kind of get into a breakdown. I want to break down some of this New Year stuff that happens every year because everybody freaks out and goes nuts and goes crazy. So let's not freak out. It'll all be over soon, kids. It'll all be over soon. I'm going to reference Mr. Tudor Bumpa, which actually this didn't even come out of his textbook, but I thought it looked cool to have a book in the video. Classical conditioning is defined as a learning process that occurs when two stimuli are repeatedly paired. A response that is first elicited by the second stimulus is eventually elicited by the first stimulus alone. Thank you. So what we're going to talk about is people who have been out of shape or overweight and never been in shape before, trying to embark on their New Year's journey of getting to their goals. And what I'm going to say is, a lot of you have tried and failed, a lot of you have tried again and failed, and what I'm going to say is going to be, it's going to sound a little bit crazy, but here's the thing. You got to be a little bit crazy. And what I mean by that is, like, you need to commit to doing something a little bit different this time. Back in the day, now if I get back into my own personal story, I was about 260 pounds when I was in grade 11, and I tried and failed and tried. I had a dietitian since I was 12, which I'd already been over in a previous video, and I made a commitment, which is going to sound totally nuts. I made a commitment. I'll get back to you in a second. I made a commitment to not find a specific measurable goal like I had before. I decided to train for 3 months, and I would not commit to anything, and I would not have any attainable goal except for training for that 3 months as hard as I could. By the way, this is the intruder on the video, and she's actually kind of on, she's getting a little fat, but anyway, so the story. Yeah. Anyway, I know you're hungry, I'm sorry, okay? You're not that big yet. Anyway, so I digress. I had to make a choice that, I had to make a decision that I knew that I was going to quit. So a lot of you that are just starting out, or you want to like start up for like the 20th time, you already know that you're going to quit. You're going to want to quit. And you have to be nonsensical about it. You have to understand that it is not going to feel logical, because there is going to come a time when you're going to be 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, where you're just going to be like, F this, like, I'm over it. I've been working so hard. Screw it. You know what? Like, I don't need to do this. This is too much. This is too or you know. So let's be a little bit crazy, and let's just, you know what? Don't pay attention to your mind. Focus on the process. Focus on doing the right things each day. Focus on developing a habit. Those are attainable goals that you can go on. And anyway, I'm going to go through, they have this very nice framework called the SMART framework. It's very, very intelligent, where we are going to break down how awesome goals are put together. So is your goal specific? Well, specific. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time related. So I'm just going to go through the different pitfalls of every single one of those steps, because I know a lot of you probably do this. A lot of people, when they come to their specific goal, they say, I want to lose weight on my stomach. I got bad news for you. For some of you, it could be the very last place you lose weight. So maybe you should set a different goal. Just a suggestion. Now, you will lose weight, but you will lose it everywhere. So understand that if you go to try to lose a bunch of weight, you might lose it in your arms or in your legs, or you might lose it in your back. I mean, just understand, everyone holds their fat differently. A lot of the people that I work with every single day, they always tell me the same thing. I want to lose my stomach fat. It'll be the last place to go. So first thing, maybe make a goal of just setting a new habit, because those habits will get you to where you want to go. Next, we have measurable. So measurable is kind of a funny one. Sometimes people want to lose, like, say 10 pounds, and I think that's actually pretty awesome, and I think that weighing yourself is probably still a good idea, but muscle does weigh more than fat, so sometimes the scale doesn't reflect what's actually happening. So for instance, if I lose 10 pounds of fat and I lose 10 pounds of muscle, or if I gain 10 pounds of muscle, then that's going to make a really big difference on how my body's going to look. So I will still be the same weight, but one is obviously going to be a lot higher level. So just be aware when you're setting these goals. Sometimes maybe make it a goal to fit better in your clothes, or make it a goal that people at your work say, hey, oh my God, like, you look like you've lost a little bit of weight. I know it sounds really silly, but the scale can be wrong sometimes. Your next one, you got attainable or assignable, and it's funny, it's a really weird term for that, but at the end of the day, I'm actually going to change it. You know what? Let's make it accountable. Okay? Let's choose that from this day forward, every single thing that you did today, yesterday, the day before, all of your choices brought you to where you are. So, you know what this is going to do? Is it's going to eliminate the complaining. And you're going to be accountable to yourself. Now, I know I'm asking some people to kick their own ass, but we have to take control of what's happening and be able to process what's going on around us. So if we say to ourselves, hey, I am the reason I got here, then we can take, oh, my camera's giving me an issue here. We can take control of that situation. So instead of blaming everybody else, the weather, maybe your bullies, maybe people that are mean to you, maybe your neighbor keeps you up, you know what? Screw it. It's your responsibility. From this day on, it's all you. That way, there's no excuse. It's going to sound harsh, but at the end of the day, if the result is what you want, if you're really in it to win it, for lack of a better term, you got to commit to it, and that means that you can't have excuses. Realistic goals. What is a realistic goal? Depends, I guess, how much you want to commit. One of the things that is kind of like a logical conundrum, I guess, is that a lot of people who've been fat or out of shape most of their lives are going to make their goals and they're like, wow, this sounds super cool. But actually, straight up, they're not going to believe it. So maybe you should just make it your goal to realistically just train for 3 months and develop a habit. Work out for 3 months and develop a habit. Instead of making it about, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds, that's a way to get to failure really fast. So make it your goal to commit for a length of time that you know you can commit to. And the thing is, the fact that you're trying is already a win, okay? The fact that you're actually getting in there every day is a win. Think about this. A lot of people, when they go to the gym, they look at the gym in the first week of January. Everybody's there. And we all know this people as the New Year's people, We're not judging, but they're the New Year's people. And by the time 6 weeks goes by, those people aren't there. So by making a goal of maybe training for 9 weeks, 12 weeks, you are going to be ahead of those people. Now, how are you going to do that is up to you. Now, my advice is to pace yourself. If you can go hard, that's great, but I would pace yourself. 2-3 times a week, 30 minutes a day is more than enough. A lot of people are going to tell you to train more. A lot of people are going to tell you to go nuts. But let's just develop a habit that's going to make you more healthy. Seems reasonable, right? Like, the other thing is, when it comes to that, like what I was saying earlier, is you almost, once again, you have to be nonsensical. Because for someone who's been out of shape all their life, this is not going to make any sense at all. You're basically, you're trying to go into a reality that you've never been to before, and you probably don't even believe in that much because of how many times you failed. Now, that's where I was. So you got to kind of do this and pretend like all those things that happened before didn't happen. That's kind of crazy. Yes, totally insane. Maybe, but you can do it. Be a little crazy. Make a commitment, because this is a little bit different. I'm just saying, work out for 3 months. That's it. It's not rocket science. I'm not telling you to lose 20 pounds in 7 days or look like Justin Bieber in 6 minutes, because that's possible, right? The last but not least, when it comes to time related, that's something that's gives you a fixed limited amount of time. I already kind of said it. So, but your long-term goal should be forever, because if you can't maintain that forever, now I know that your goal short-term, yes, 2 months, 3 months, 10 weeks, awesome, but your long-term goal should be 3 months. No, sorry. It should be your whole lifetime. So if you just make a goal that's short term, and then you don't have a backup plan for after that, you don't think about it in the long term, then eventually you will get back to where you started. You'll train for 3 months, or you train for 3 months, or you train for 2 months, say you go super uber hard. And okay, we had a little technical difficulty there. Guys, when it comes to how long you want to do this, I think it's important to bear in mind that you're going to do this for life. And if your goal isn't to do it for life, that's also fine. But a long-term solution is going to give you the most amount of peace and ultimately give you a better quality of life. Anyway, this is Sebastian. I am signing out. This is also, I'm the founder of Youth Fitness. We are going to get better together. And I wish everyone an amazing Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you guys have some time to reflect. And I look forward to just an even more awesome 2018 with all my followers and supporters. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing holiday season. Thank you.